The Bert Show.
Time to get buzzed on the hot goss from Hollywood with Abby. It's the Bert Show's entertainment buzz.
Well, it looks like there's trouble in paradise for two of these A-listers who might be headed for a divorce less than 2 years into their marriage.
I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really thought that at their age that they knew each other, they realized they were away from each other, and life was not the same without each other. I was sure this one was going to last.
It's a beautiful story, right? Like after 10 years of not being together, now you finally figured it out after all these breakups. But I think you got to get to a point where it's like if you've been divorced like 5 times, I don't know, maybe it's not the person, maybe it's the person you need to be looking at in the mirror. So apparently Ben Affleck and J-Lo are in marriage counseling and possibly heading for a divorce.
According to whom?
According to a source.
and Ben Affleck's face. If you've seen the video.
Ooh, do you know? So I did stumble across somebody. I follow a lot of accounts that throw like 90s throwbacks or whatever, and pictures of celebrities in the 90s and music from the 90s and stuff like that, because that's my comfort era. And they threw up pictures of Ben Affleck when he was with Gwyneth Paltrow. And he looked so happy.
Well, I mean, life beats us all down eventually as you get older. This could just be his age.
So that's just like the addiction that beat him down and not like...
Or life.
Life, okay, yeah.
Probably a little bit of both.
So a source is saying that they're in marriage counseling. Ben is apparently being, quote, a good sport, but doesn't feel like it's going to work. He's been spotted leaving a house that was not the house that he shares with J-Lo, which is reinforcing the fact that they're probably breaking up. And J-Lo even liked an Instagram post about broken relationships.
Let me just say this, that a source is right a lot of times, but also she gets it wrong, as she did with Justin and Haley for months, telling us that they were breaking up and he's on Instagram crying and clearly they're about to break up and here they were just having a baby. I don't think that J-Lo and Ben are having a baby, but they might be working through some stuff. It doesn't mean that they are getting divorced yet.
There's also, I feel like, truth to every rumor. Like maybe Haley and Justin were going through a really rocky time and maybe like one of them threw out divorce and didn't really mean it but said it. And so, of course, the source is going to take that as fact. So I feel like the sources are just rumors, things that they've heard, mumblings that have been going on in Hollywood. It might not be ironclad, like they might not actually be getting a divorce, Ben Affleck and J-Lo, but maybe there's been so much trouble that it feels like it could be heading in that direction.
I'd liked their story. That's going to suck.
I know. I hope they stay together. I don't want them to break up. It'd be really sad. Okay, I know we've been talking about...
really be surprised, y'all?
Not at all.
Okay, thank you.
Nope.
Yeah.
I actually think I called this one. I said 2 years.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In July, it'll be 2 years. So if they break up before, then you will have won that bet. I know we've been talking about this guy literally all week long, Harrison, but you should stay home even though you have a physics degree. We already talked about the commencement speech that he gave at the Catholic University about how he believes that all women should stay home. Again, we're not knocking his beliefs, just maybe like time and place, not really great. But now there's a change.org petition going around. It's going viral, and it's demanding he get fired from the Chiefs, which I don't really think anybody actually believes, but I think it's just showing how outraged people are by his take that they're like, we should just get this guy canceled.
All the work Taylor Swift and Kelsey have done to bring women to the Kansas City Chiefs.
And here's Harrison is just swinging them away. I already know Taylor's probably got some kind of feminist anthem in the works. I would love to know what Travis Kelce is saying about this to Taylor Swift, because Harrison did quote her in his commencement speech. And I'm like, how dare you quote this woman who is a billionaire and childless and not married, and then you tell the other women out in the audience, you should stay home and
the
take care of the
guy
kids.
didn't commit a crime or anything, with no DUI. He just has very different opinions than some. And you know what? You can't fire everybody in the office that has a very extreme opinion.
100%.
So I am deep in the trenches of the mommy algorithm on social media, right? And I could not escape this man yesterday. He was everywhere. And the thing that was alarming to me, aside from, his take, and that is his take, was it's starting to pit working moms and stay-at-home moms against each other.
Ooh.
So there was a lot of stuff going back and forth in the comments of like, what's wrong with being a stay-at-home mom? And like anytime a working mom was like, hey, I do this, or somebody said that I choose not to have kids, But mainly it was a lot between working moms and stay-at-home moms, and stay-at-home moms were taking it like they were being insulted or looked down upon because they chose that as their vocation. And I'm like, no, focus on it. Don't let yourself get distracted. Focus on what you're supposed to focus on. We need to all be in this together.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
I do think that when something like this goes so explosive, you really just have to scratch the surface and ask yourself, like, okay, what is this really about?
Yeah.
And it is not necessarily about what he said, but now, like you said, it has triggered things with other women that is making it so explosive.
As a sports fan, I can't help but think it's funny that when is the last time a kicker got this much media?
Right?
Never in life.
The only time is when you miss a field goal is when they notice you, and you say this at a commencement speech.
One shot, buddy. All right, who paid attention to E-Buzz the most this week? I'm putting the Bert Show to the test coming up on the Bert Show.
The Bert Show.